Hi everybody, welcome to Canva Made Easy for Travel Agents. My name is Jasmin, welcome to the channel. This month we are having a look at October's freebie, which is a trifold brochure. So this one is something that I think you guys are really going to love. It is a brochure that is designed to be printed and used in in-person events, mail outs, and those sort of things. So I'm really excited to share this one with you. So if you are new and you're not sure what I'm talking about, there is a matching template, Canva template that comes along with this particular training. It is a free template and I'll put the link in the description for you. So what we're going to do is we are going to have a bit of a look through our slides and then we are going to jump into Canva. Okay, so October's freebie, as I said, is our trifold brochure. It is destination wedding romance themed. However, do not be put off. This brochure is very versatile and can be changed to suit any travel niche regardless of what your customer and your audience is. But for today's exercise, we are going through and we're recreating this brochure. So that includes the pictures. I'm going to show you guys how to include the pictures, but also these graphic elements here, which are the leaves and the different colors there. So it turns out being really beautiful. So when we're in Canva, we are going to cover only the basics that you need to know to customize this to make it your own. So we're going to be having a look at colors, photos, and elements. So what we are going to do is I'm going to switch over to Canva. So if you can please head over to Canva and open up your template so that you can follow along with me. We are going to jump into Canva. Now, when you open up your template, this is what it is going to look like. So where we're going to start is we are going to look at adding our images to our template. So there are a couple of ways that we can do this. We can use either Canva's library. So Canva has free and pro or paid subscription options for the photos. So we'll go through those. But you also have the option to upload your own photos and use your photos instead of stock ones. So the way that we go and we actually choose places where to put the photos in the template, it is this these boxes and these squares that have this cloud, this blue sky, and this green field here. They indicate that they are photo boxes. So they are the spaces where we're going to put our photos. So if we were going to use Canva's stock library of photos, we can find them over on the left-hand side of our screen down in the black navigation. There are a couple of ways that we can do this. So there is photos. If we scroll to the bottom down here, it's hidden a little bit, but we've got our photos off to the side. So the way that we come in and we access those is we just want to click on the black navigation panel and then it'll bring up this little scroll bar so that we can scroll down to the bottom. So underneath apps, we've got photos, backgrounds, translate, so that there's more options down the side. So if we click on this little photo option here, then it'll bring us up with Canva's library. Now, if you can't see the photos, the other way is, if I just scroll back up and minimize this, is you can also find the photos under the Elements tab here. So the Elements is second from the top. So if we click Elements, it gives us, I scroll to the top, it gives us any recently used one, gives us shapes, graphics. We've got the AI image generator, which is only a new function, stickers, photos, and videos. So you can always come through the photos and the videos to access them through here. So if we come back to our Canva library, and up the top here, we've got this white search bar and it says we can search millions of photos. So this is where I recommend that you use wording that describes your target audience and the niche and the type of travel that you're selling. So, for example, if it was cruise, or this one, we're going to go with wedding, anything that is relevant to your niche, we can put in a search up here. So there's, like it says, millions of things that you can pick from. So there's a lot of different options there that you can choose. So that is how you go through, and we pick through Canva's library, Canva stock library. So the difference between the Pro and the free is, if we have a look, the pictures that have got the little crown, that indicates Pro or the paid version of Canva. Anything like this particular floral image here that doesn't have, it means that it's accessible in the free version of Canva. And then same with this couple down here, and then this ceremony. So there is generally a good mix, but you just need to scroll down just to find all of those. So the other option is that you can use your own photos from your travels and from your own library. Now, the way that we get your photos into Canva is we want to come over again to our black navigation on the side, and we click our uploads button, which has got a little cloud and an arrow pointing up. So when we click that, we can come up the top here to the purple bar where it says upload photos. So if we click that box, that'll allow us to select any photos directly from our computer and upload them straight into Canva. So as you can see, I've already got a couple of photos here that I'm going to use and put into my template. So the way that we select the photos from our side navigation here and actually put it into our template is, we are going to click on the photo, we're going to hold the click, and then we're going to drag and drop it where we want it to go. So that's why templates are really handy, because you've already got the picture boxes there waiting for you. So you're not having to put anything in manually. It just makes the whole process a lot easier, especially when you're learning. So what we're going to do is, for this the front cover of our brochure is this one here, this far right-hand side. So I'm going to click the photo that I want to put, and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to drop. I'm going to put my mouse cursor over the picture box, and then I'm going to release the click. And you see it puts the picture straight in there. Now we can adjust the picture, and what I mean by that is we can center it, we can move it off to the side, we can zoom in, zoom out. The way that we do that is we double click on that image. Oh, there we go. So we double click, and then what it'll do is it will put a box around, and it gives us the option that we can drag the picture and see, we can zoom in, for example. And then the way that we center that is when we put our mouse over the picture again, see, we come up with this little cross directional 4 arrow. So we can click that, and we can drag the picture, and we can center it. So that's how we can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can position the picture to be where you want it. So when you're happy, we can come down the side on our left-hand side, and we've got our navigation that's opened up a little bit more, and we can click the purple done button, or you can hit enter on your keyboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in these next couple of boxes here. So again, to select the picture, we're just clicking, holding the click, dragging our picture into the frame. And then again, I'm just going to double click, and it'll bring up our directional arrow, because I just want to center the lady a little bit more. And then when I'm happy with it, then I can click the done button on the left-hand side down the bottom, and that'll put the picture where we want it to. Now this, the middle one where it's got contact and the information here, this could be a picture of you or a logo. So that one is entirely up to you. You can put whatever you want in there. And just another note on the photos, if you do happen to put a photo in and you look at it and you decide that you want to change it, or you don't particularly like it, what you can do is you can find another image that you like. So say, for example, this one of the bouquet, you can click and drag, and it will put the picture straight over the top. So you don't have to worry about deleting or anything like that. So that's also really handy. Now, I have gone ahead and done the photos already for the second page. So when you do yours, just go ahead and fill in the couple of picture boxes that are there waiting for you. Now, that is the images done. Now, the next thing that we can move on to do is we can look at changing the colors. So the colors are really definitely something I think that you want to try and match to your branding or to the style of travel that you are dealing with. So I've picked a very pretty mauve, dusty pink color, which is very popular amongst the wedding and the bridal sort of side of things. So that is why this color palette is very feminine and very floral. But you do have the option to change it to whatever color that you like in terms of your branding or anything like that. And then the same goes for the text as well. So to change the color, so say for example, if we wanted to change this dusty pink to any color, we can click. So you're clicking on a box that has color on it. So we're going to click our back. So when it's folded up, that'll be our back. And then what it'll do is it'll open up on our top navigation. It'll open up some more options. So we want to come across to the side, the left-hand corner, up the top. We've got shape, and then it does have a color box. So we're going to click on that color box, and that will bring us up with all of our colors. So you have the option to select photo colors. So Canva is really clever. What it'll do is it'll pick up colors and shades from the photos that you've got in your template. That's why I recommend that we start with the photos first, in case that we do want to use one of Canva's pre-selected photo options. You can come down to your default color options, which are just the standard ones. Or if that you want to put in your own branding colors and you know the hex code, you can type that directly into the top search bar. So there are a couple of different ways that you can do that. Or if you want to select from a completely random color palette, you can always click on where it says document colors. You've got this rainbow square. You can click and it'll bring up the color gradient. So it just depends on what you're looking to do. But say, for example, if we wanted to use some of these suggested photo colors that Canva has picked out, we could go with this softer color. We would have to make the text black, but that is always an option. Or we could go with this perhaps lighter dusty pink, sort of dove color. So it's really up to you. You can change it. You can put darker colors. You can do grays. As I said, it's really any color that you want to go with. So the document colors, any color that you put in will go up the top here. So you can always change it back to the pink. And then remember, you've got your undo button, which is in the very top section where we've got our blue banner up the top. You can always do undo or Control Z for your keyboard shortcut. So that is how we do that. To change the text colors, again, we are just clicking on the text itself. And then up the top, we've got our white navigation that opens up. And then we've got this text color beside the size. So we can click that. And that, again, brings up the exact same option on the side. So we can change the text color to, you can change it to black or to any color that you like. So that's how you go ahead and change that. And when you go through, obviously you're wanting to change the title and adding your details in here. So all that you do is you just click on that, and then what it'll do when you double click, it'll put the cursor into that text so that you can type your details in there. And then if you want to change the font, again, in this top navigation, you've got your font selection, you've got your size, you've got your color, bold, italics, and all of those sort of fun options there that you can have a play around with. So that is the color, going through the colors. Now, the fun one is the elements. So the elements is something that can give your documents a lot of personality. So they are really easy to add in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a really simple way of adding some elements into your templates without them being overpowering, and actually complementing your existing template. So they are really fun, and they are there's lots of different ways that you can incorporate them, but we're going to go with something really subtle and something that matches with our theme. So the way that we find them is we come across to our black navigation on the side and we come down to elements. Now, when we click that, what we are going to do is we are going to, again, search for something that is relevant to your travel niche and something that will complement and work with your existing design. So with destination weddings, the one that I've gone with is I had a search through flower. So we can type in flower up the top. And then what we are looking for is something in the graphics. So where it comes up, we've got graphics is the top one. We can click to see all. Now, when we click see all, it'll open up the library a little bit more. So when I showed you our presentation slides to start with, I used this this white flower that is transparent, so you can see through to the black background that they've got there. So that was that one. But what I wanted to do was use a really simple, was almost like a leaf that I had in my example. So as you can see, there are lots of different options, again, with the Pro and the free version. So this is the leaf here that I used in the example. Now, what you can do is if you do happen to find something that you like, you can search more of it in case that you find something, but it's not quite right. So say, for example, if we were looking at this big white flower here and we liked it, but perhaps that we wanted to see some different versions of it, or perhaps something similar to it. When we hover over any picture, we have the three white dots that come up. So when we click on that, we have the option to, if we scroll down, it gives us the artist details. It gives some keywords that we can perhaps use to search more things like it, but we have the option to see more like this. So when we click see more like this, it gives us more artwork from that artist. So this is her library. So she does very beautiful floral watercolor elements. Some are free and some are in the Pro version. So that is one way that you can have a look for similar styles. And then the way that we go back is we come up the top here to the back, this arrow, and we click that, and that just takes us exactly back to where we were. So to go ahead and put in our leaf element into our template, what we're going to do is we're just simply going to click. And what that'll do is that we'll put the element smack bang in the middle of our design, and that's where we can start to play with it. So I'm going to close this on the side here. Now, as you can see, it is black, and the reason that I really like the elements and particularly the graphics is because most of them do give you the option to change the colors. So it just depends on which element that you choose, but generally these simple ones allow you to actually change the color. So say, for example, if I didn't want it black, and in this particular example, I actually want to change it to suit the colors already in my template. So what we can do is we can go up the top once that we've got it selected. So you know that you've got your element selected when you've got the purple box around it. So once it's selected, again, the white ribbon banner comes up with some options around it. So as you can see at the moment, the color is black. So the color is beside the little eye icon here. So if we click color, we can change it to a document color. So if I wanted to make it this pink, or if I came down and I wanted to make it blue, or this sort of rustic color. So you can change it to anything basically. So I'm going to leave it at this pink color. And I want to put a little accent on the front cover here. So the way that we do that is we can grab and hold the click and drag this element around our template anywhere that we want to put it. So say for example, I wanted to put it up the top here in the corner. And what I can do now is I can reposition it. So I can use the little, when you click on it, it gives you a little circle on the side here. So I can tilt it and rotate it to go into an orientation that I like. And then the other option that you do have is any of the corners that have this white dot, it gives you the arrow to actually make it bigger. So if we make it bigger, and then if I click again and drag it up to reposition it, I can put it up the top here like that. And then once I release the click and then just click off to the side, that'll get rid of that box, and that's that element there. So that's a really easy way of adding an element in. Now, instead of going in and finding another element and trying to get different ones, what I do is I just make I just use the same element and I just make a couple of different options of it. So all that we're going to do is I'm going to click, and then when we click, it brings a white menu, I guess mini menu down the bottom, and we're going to click this box with a plus that says duplicate. So I'm just going to click that, and it automatically just duplicates the same on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one over in this opposite corner here. And again, I'm going to use the little rotate on the side, and I'm going to give it a bit of a spin. And I'm going to move it down a little bit. And I sort of want it poking up a little bit like that, and maybe a little bit bigger. So I'm going to hover over one of the white corners, one of the white circles in the corner, and have it sitting there. Now, this one, I'm going to change the color and make it a little bit lighter. So again, once I've got it, got the element selected, I'm going to come up the top to color, and I'm going to use this creamy sort of soft dove color almost, and just make it something really subtle, nothing too bright there, because I don't really want it to take away from the design. It's just there to accent. And again, all that I'm going to do is I'm going to use this same element again. I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to drag it down the bottom here. So you can see that color works really nicely against this darker background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it a bit smaller this time. So I'm going to grab the bottom corner, and I'm going to just drag that up a little bit here so that it sits nicely in between my text and the details here. So that is how we go ahead and see we're using the exact same element. We're just making a couple of different versions of it, and that is something that just gives the design a little bit more of a pop, a little bit more of a wow factor, but without being too overwhelming. So again, we're adding these accents to complement our design, not take away from them. So what we can do is the same thing down the bottom here. So again, I'm just going to click this one down the bottom. I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to drag it down to this second page here. And then we can use our slide panel on the side here to drag that down. And I'm going to change the color of that. So I'm going to come up to color. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, and I want put that in the corner here like that. And then again, I'm going to duplicate. So you can put the elements anywhere that you like. You don't have to use where I'm putting them. You can put them anywhere that you see fit. This is entirely your design. This is just giving you some ideas on what you can do with Canva and what you can play around with. It really is lots of fun to jump in and have a bit of a play around. And it's definitely something that I encourage you to do. Elements are lots of fun, but my only word of advice would be to not go too crazy with them. You only want to use them as an accent, as I've said before, so not go too crazy with them. But they do really add some beautiful things to your design. So now that we are finished with our design, what we are going to do is we are going to download this ready for printing. So you can print this at home, you can print this through an office stationery shop, printer, or anywhere like that. So what we do to get our download is we come up the top right hand corner where we've got our share button, and we click on the share, and then what it'll do is it'll give us the option. If we look down towards the bottom, we've got the option where it says download. So if we click download, and then what we do is we've got the file type, so we can use this drop down here to select. We've got JPG, PNG, we've got the PDF print. So for printing purposes, PDF print is a good option. And then what we want to do is we come down and we're just reviewing the information. So we want to make sure that we're printing, that our PDF has 2 pages, and then we can click this download button here. So that is how we go ahead and we get our design ready to be printed. So that is everything in Canva that I wanted to show you guys. Now, if I come back, just want to share my screen with you again. Okay, so now you know that I always give you guys a little something extra. So this is really specific to the destination wedding niche. This is a romance bundle. So it's got 7 Canva templates, and it is available through my Etsy store. So the 7 templates that come with this match the aesthetic of the trifold brochure that we just looked at. So that really beautiful romance feminine style is through all of these designs. So you've got a new client questionnaire, pricing proposal, an itinerary, important dates, resort fact sheet, post-wedding feedback survey, and then it also comes with a pre-written destination wedding ebook, so a lead magnet essentially. So I've gone ahead and I've written that out for you. So to give you a sneak peek of what's actually inside, this is the pricing or the proposal. So it is a quote proposal type document, gives you the information about the resort. You can put the flights, accommodation, what's included, what's not included. And then we've got a sneak peek into the itinerary. So you can go ahead and write, there's a summary and then a detailed itinerary template that you can go through. And then this is a peek into the pre-written wedding ebook. So this ebook is something that you can use as a lead magnet. You just have to go ahead and put your branding on it and your name, obviously. But it is written with a planning timeline, why potential brides should be working with a travel agent, where top destination weddings are, planning considerations, some advice for brides to be in planning, their destination wedding and all of those sort of fun things. So it is pre-written. You don't have to do any work to it. You are welcome to use the words that are in there or rewrite and use your own. So that is a huge time saver. So as always, there is a discount code that you can use, which is Romance. So Romance will give you a 60% discount off this bundle, which brings it to $24. It is jam-packed and it is an absolute essential for destination wedding, honeymoon, or any romance travel niche. So that is that bundle. So anyone that is ready to take the next step and expand their Canva templates, that is a really good bundle. Highly recommended. And anyone that has got it absolutely loves it. So I will drop the link to that bundle in the link in the description below. But that is it, guys. That is this month's template done. So thank you very much for joining me. Next month we will have another freebie, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. But that's it. That's October done. So thanks very much, guys. See you later.